So whenever you get a new gymnastics athlete in your group, the first thing you want to do before you even start the exercises or go to the equipment is to make sure that they understand orientation, the difference between left, right, forwards, and backwards. And not many schools spend a lot of time teaching this, so it's quite often that many 12 and 13-year-old kids will come to my class and not know the difference between the right foot and the left foot. And it makes it a lot more difficult when you're coaching gymnastics because gymnastics relies so heavily on verbal cues. And if you can't listen, interpret, and then act upon those verbal cues, then it makes coaching a lot more difficult. So one of the best tools you have in your tool bag is games. And I really like Simon Says. Simon Says is one of my favorites because it's fun, it's exciting, and it gets kids to really learn to listen closely and interpret what you're saying and just use their brain in general. And there's many different variations. You can do it with young kids, older kids, and you can even, one of my favorite things to do is play it on the women's beams. So now there's a balance component to it that you might fall off of the beam. And so then they have to focus on multiple different things at one time. I typically like to play 3 different rounds with the kids, and whoever wins that round, they sit down on the king's chair. So each time it gives a new chance to other athletes who may not be as fast to catch on. And what I like to do is say, okay, Simon says right hand up, and I see who is the last person to raise their right hand. And if they raise their right hand last, then they're out, because maybe they don't understand their rights and their lefts as good as they should. Or for example, who does it incorrectly. So I say, Simon says right hand up, someone raises their left hand up, okay, bye-bye. So that's a pretty fun game. And one other thing that I really like to do, and this is especially good for like your 5 to 7-year-old range when they're first coming into gymnastics, is at the end of the exercise, you can take them to the foam pit. But the way that they get access to the foam pit is by going through an orientation checklist. So I'll say, all right, show me your right hand, and they have to raise up the right hand. Show me your left hand, raise up the left hand. Right foot, left foot, jump to the right, jump to the left, hop, half, turn to the right, hop, half, turn to the left. If they can show me every single one of these, then they get to hop into the foam pit. And in the video that you can see going now, one of the athletes was not able to show it all to me in the correct order. So I just had him go to the back of the line, and he's able to try again as many times as he wants. So they're not actually penalized. They get to try it as many times as they want, and then they can hop into the pit. And I think this is one of the best ways that you can teach directions to kids, and it makes your job a lot easier.